personalization is huge. I know there's
Yeah.
the product recommendations, even just putting a name in, like you just mentioned before, can make such a massive difference. I think as well, one that I jump on quite a lot is like a birthday email and a welcome email.
Yeah.
I think saying thank you is one of the simplest things you can do, and one of the things that people overlook the most. They're like, well, why would I send them a thank you? And you're like, well, because they've signed up and they've put the
Yeah.
effort in to sign up. So
Yeah.
give them a bit more. That's your chance then to sell in who you are on a more personal level, because they're engaged with the brand. So a thank you, I think, is one of the things that really matters.
Yeah,
It's
you'd be shocked to see how many people don't have welcome automation set
yeah,
up. When it's simple to do, and like you said, it starts off the engagement straight away between you and
you
your
and the
potential
customer.
customer.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is nice. It is a nice addition. So then, where do you see email going then? If it's simple functionality sometimes that people are missing, how do you see email evolve then? Where do you think it's going to be in 6 months time, 12 months time?
Well, I'd like to say for the past few years, everyone in the industry has been banging on about how it's going to start getting more personalized and personalized. And I'm a big. I think it's a big winner if you can get personalized information within the email, so your content and pictures and whatever else it could possibly be. So within 6 months, I like them to get more emails that are more personalized towards me. I mean, obviously you got your browser behavior ones that trigger off what you've been browsing on websites and stuff. But even within B2B, like if you can just segment customers to specific group sets that are interested in certain things, then send them off, and you're just going to get a better engagement.
Yeah, it matters to someone. Even like you said, even the name in it will. Oh, hi Ben. Oh, hello.
Yeah,
Like
it's
something.
it's personalized to
Yeah,
me kind of thing. It's not. It's the simple thing. So like you said, like birthdays. If you got that data, use that data. That's what the data's there for. Have you? I work for a travel company who uses the anniversary of when they last booked,
yeah,
which is a great idea. So if you can do stuff like if it's got a shelf life of a couple of years or whatever, if you've got a product, send them, oh, did you like it? Or even more is when they buy something, send them an email asking them if they hope they enjoy it or whatever it is. It just helps with them coming back to you because they're more engaged. What another thing I'd like to see is a bit more interactivity within the emails. So, for example, I'm not a Manchester City fan, but I get emails off them because I sign up for everything.
okay.
So
Is that a disclaimer from you then?
yes. Yeah, I'm not going to say who I support,
Okay.
but so I got an email off him. I think it was Mares who's signed up, who's joined them, and it was literally you click a button on the email and it shows up in the email as like a switch, and then it shows the player. It's just something a bit different, and the engagement that they probably got off that
was massive. Well, did you share that on LinkedIn last week, the week before?
I did, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I remember seeing it. Yeah, I remember thinking when I seen it, it was real clever. And especially now, football. I was talking. I know it's kind of off topic. I've got a restaurant client. Did you do table bookings and
Yeah.
have eat in, but they do takeaway as well. And he didn't jump on the World Cup. I was like, that's a perfect opportunity for you to sell. Every team make a something, whether it's a color, whether it's a theme, whether it's a player or something like that. It's like that is ideal, real time, relevant goings on in the world that you could jump on and kind of make to suit your brand and your company in that way. Like you said, the Man City thing is another perfect example. A new signing, people want to know. People want to know who he is, what he is, where he's been, and all that kind of stuff. So it's all it's interesting stuff as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. So we've talked about all the things that you think are important in email, and we touched on briefly about customers who haven't touched it. You still get it sometimes with clients. I still get it sometimes with clients, and it's a shocker for both of us, I suppose, because we've done it for so long. But
Yeah.
if you go into a client and they say, I've never touched it, or there's any listeners listening who think I don't do anything with email other than send one email out every week that goes to everyone. There's no personalization, there's no nothing in it. What would be your top 3 tips for getting started and really seeing the value in email?
First of all, if you don't use it, use it. Sign up to, sign up to MailChimp if you need to, or even send emails out through your Gmail or anything to prospects, or obviously they need to be signed up, GDPR, or your customers. Just send anything out and you'll see something come back. So MailChimp's free for under 2,000 contacts, I think.
Yeah, I think it is about 2,000, yeah.
Yeah, so it's the only difference is you've got a MailChimp logo at the bottom, which, to be fair, I don't think anyone ever scrolls that far. Just try it. Get some creative on there. If you don't have anyone to do any creative, just ask. There's plenty of people to help, especially on LinkedIn or something.
Yeah.
Number 2, try and segment your data. Make sure your messages go to the right people. There's no point in doing a hit and hope, because half the time you're going to get very little comeback off it, or compared to what you would do if it was to a specific set of people. If you just send everyone everything, people are just going to be ignoring your emails because they're like, well, it doesn't affect me whatsoever. Last time they sent me something. And then the last one is, if you are going to do email marketing, just test. Do a few tests. Try. If you're a B2B business, don't send out late at night. Send it in within business times. You'd be surprised at how many people actually don't do that.
Yeah.
Just know your audience a bit better than, well, you'll know your audience better than I will, but certain things are just like common sense. So don't worry about it if you don't work, first of all. That's why you test everything. Next time it might. The
best thing you can do is just keep pushing away at your open rate and your click-through rate. I suppose if an email, like you said before, if an email is not relevant and it doesn't kind of engage me, the worst thing I'm going to do is not open it or not read to the bottom of it. It's not, as long as the content is still relevant to your brand and a section of your customers, then you should really be testing quite a lot.
Yeah. Oh, and last thing, I know it's 3. Don't make them really long.
Yeah.
Just be precise and straight to the point. I get a lot of emails because, well, like I said, I sign up to everything. If it's really long, it's very unlikely I'm going to read anything past a quarter of the page.
Yeah, it's got to be it would have to be really specific to something that you'd bought or was interested in for you to carry on scrolling and scrolling.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so I think we've touched on quite a lot of email stuff and background and all this kind of thing. So I want to get into kind of Truffle Shuffle Media now, which is your business. The whole point of the podcast, I suppose, is to kind of help people who are starting a business, growing a business, got a side hustle and stuff like that. And we want to kind of jump into how you manage your day, how you plan your week, whatever it might be, and how you get the most out of your days and things like that. So since you've gone solo and it's on your shoulders now, what is your one tip for getting the most out of your day? I know we were talking before about scheduling and things like that, but is there anything that you think, if I don't do this every day, my day just it's done, like I just can't get hold of it again?
What I used to do is on a Sunday plan for my week, and I find out very soon on Monday morning that my plan's generally gone to pot. So what I tend to do is I get up before everyone else in the house and plan my day, because I tend to know what's going to be coming in the morning, and then I can crack on. So I work best in the morning. So I get up, work, and then take the kids to school, come back, work, pick them up. So I've got like my days already planned out because of the certain things I need to do. Yeah. So I can work myself around that. And because I tend to know from the day before what I need to do today, I can plan ahead within the day, or I can move things around for the rest of the week. It's just if I start on a Sunday, I can guarantee Monday morning comes and something comes in that I need to just everything goes out of the window, and I need to plan differently for the rest of the week. It's just typical. I probably should plan on Monday morning, to be honest, Monday evening, and then it probably work a bit better, to be honest. Yeah. That's now I'm running my business on my own. When I worked full time and did side projects, if you're going to get into freelancing, I'd always say try and get more work in on the side.
Yeah, before you commit.
Before you commit, because if you commit and then you don't get any work, you've got no money coming through. But if you're going to do that, you just be wary. Your days are going to be really long. Yeah. Don't think you're going to get any weekends. Not a few anyway. I was working 9 till 10 every day, when that doesn't include the mornings when I had to work to just satisfy the company I worked for and the extra clients.
Wow.
It's stressful times, but it's worth it in the end. It's just you need to put the graft in.
Yeah. So then how you just said about the size of some of your days and the tasks that you do and all that kind of stuff, and everyone who works in a business or works for themselves will have them days where, like you mentioned before, you plan it out, you think this is it now, I've time blocked, I've got the tasks I need to do, and then something will come on top and it'll just crash everything else. How do you manage being a family man? Like you just said before, you do the school run twice a day and drop the kids off, pick the kids up and all stuff like that. How do you balance your client expectations with your family expectations? Because I have this struggle too. I've got 2 little kids who I do the school run every day. And I find it difficult some days. Some days it's real nice. Some days it's good. Some days it is a struggle. So how do you do that bit?
Well, what I do is I tell my clients straight away. If I get a job coming in, I'll tell them I can do it in when I can do it, how long it'll take me, or whatever it is. But I'll say I'm not contactable between the hours of 8:30 till 9:30.
Yeah.
School times, and then at night I try to finish at 7.
Okay.
And then that gives me the rest of the evening to spend with family. And then, of course, weekends, I work in the morning, the weekends. So then I've got the rest of the day. I've worked a couple of weekends where it's been a whole weekend, but it doesn't happen that often. It's about
you try and keep the weekends to yourself, to the family.
Yeah, you just try and make sure that everything's done within the week, unless something pops up, which needs to be done over weekends, be prepared for Monday, which happens occasionally, but not that often. But it's about just telling your clients what your situation is. Yeah. There's no point saying, I can do that, and then you're like, well, I can't because I've got to do this at this time, this at that time. I'm going to struggle putting it in. Or on the occasion, you get up at the crack of dawn and just crack on before everyone else gets up.
So the next question on the list was, what's the most important lesson you've learned since going solo, or the best piece of advice? But I think you might have answered it with the being upfront and being completely honest with your client. Would you say that's one of, or the most, or is there something else that you think you've learned more about yourself or about the business?
Yeah, as time's gone on, you obviously learn loads and loads when you first start, and I'm shocked how much I've actually learned from going solo compared to when I was working for businesses. But yeah, the best, you've got to be upfront. There's no point trying to please everyone, which I've found out the hard way anyway, because you can promise the earth, but if you can't do it, then that damages your reputation. And then I get all my work from LinkedIn. I don't get it from anything else. LinkedIn and word of mouth. So if I don't get that, I don't have any work. So
you need to be honest every time.
Yeah, and I am an honest person. So if I can't do it, I'll say I can't do it. And if I can't do it, I'll point you in the direction to someone who can.
Yeah.
Because then that helps them out, helps you out. and everyone's happy.
Do you know